Howdy y'all, welcome to Life's Lives, I'm Lycander, and this is Lack Plays Feed the Beast. Test pack, please ignore. So this is a new mod pack that's out, and it's currently in beta, and I am not on the newest version. Or maybe I am, I'm not sure. This is a multiplayer server, and so there are actually several of us playing on here. Several of my friends play on here. And there are monsters near my bed. Where? Is there a spider on my roof? That dude is not close to my bed. Stupid zombies. And as you can see, I've already gotten started. And so this is going to be a lot like my Feed the Beast, Minecraft, I think, where I've already got an established base, and I'm just showing you some of the different ways things work together. Now, being that this is in beta, there are some things that don't work. Come on, I slept. Go away. Go away, Rain. Thank you. And so there are some really weird things and some glitchy things and stuff like that. But this does use some updated versions of packs that I haven't really used a whole lot yet. And we've got a highly modified version of GregTech on here. And so there are quite a few things different than what I'm used to. And you can see this is one of the guy's places, and he's got, what are these, strawberries and chilies and raspberries and blackberries all planted. I'm sure he's not actually using them. It's going to be like my garden. And some things that are similar. Steve's cart hasn't changed, as far as I can tell. At least not from Monster or Direwolf, the new Direwolf or anything like that. Other things are really familiar too, like the Nether doesn't look that much different. It's definitely not as crazy as Monster. There are no demons throwing fireballs at me in there. And you can see I've already got my Steve's cart set up, and I've got a forestry rubber tree farm set up, and that all works pretty much the same. Nothing really new there. But getting stuff to work together is a bit of a nightmare when you first get started. And man, something's been tromping through my potato patch here. But I guess one of the first things we should look at is this. The world is generated in biomes of plenty, and I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it. Everything is really hilly, and I haven't found anything called a plain biome. There's this prairie, but man, it is full of weeds, just grass and half-grown wheat everywhere. Oh no, it's wheatgrass. I guess it's fully grown. Just everywhere. And then you got like, what's this thing called? Deciduous forest. There is a really cool biome though. I'm a big fan of volcanoes. I'm also a big fan when my game loads in correctly. Ooh, I can see somebody's been digging. That's okay, I've been digging, so how about you do me a favor, game, and load? But right over here is Volcano Biome. Check this out. This is awesome. I'm gonna land here and just let it load in. Now I haven't gotten too far in the game, far enough to build an advanced nano chest plate, and I've got some of my high-end GregTech machines built. But I'm not that far in. Enough that I've got a quarry, which was my goal, which is why I have some of the GregTech stuff built. But yeah. This is pretty cool here. I like the villages. The villages all seem to take on the characteristics of where they're built. Although this just looks like a normal village. There's one that I found on here that's built in swamp, I think, and all the houses are nearly camouflaged. But this is just awesome, this volcano biome. It's like I don't know. I mean, volcanoes don't look like this in real life, of course, but the whole thing is just all this ash block and basalt and lava. But you can see right here next to it, not a prairie, or not a plain biome. This is prairie once again. No flat places, all covered in grass and stuff. There might be I keep calling them prairies now. There might be plains out there, but I honestly haven't found any. Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of biomes of plenty. Uh, I like some of the stuff that comes in it, and I think I prefer a world that uses natural generation with the biomes of plenty stuff instead of the biomes of plenty. And I could be totally wrong. This might not be biomes of plenty's fault. But I would assume it's called biomes of plenty. It's the reason we've got all these weird biomes. Um, but everybody's doing something a little different here and there. And so this is one of the guys is doing some Ars Magica, which I have never played with. So I have no idea what any of this stuff is. He also built this big giant house with nothing inside. Oh, an Enderman's been in here. Left him a block. Yeah. And then, uh, let's see. Short over here, he's been working. Um, oh, what's this? Oh, he's got liquid XP. Crazy. I think this is where he's got his, yeah, look at this. Essence berry bushes. And they drop concentrated essence. And when you use those, you get XP. Uh, you're going to see a lot of this everywhere. Single height holes. The morph mod is on this thing, and what in the world is this? Glowstone and I don't know what this stuff is. This is more Ars Magica stuff here. He's got auto harvester slash auto breeder slash invisible fence to keep his animals in place, and the broom there just automatically picks things up and oh, see it's swept. Puts it in the chest when there's room. Witchery, that's one I've played with too. Back here, he's got his diamond farm. This is magic crops, and so it grows like, what do you tell me? He get 10 diamonds an hour from it, which is kind of impressive, I guess. Oh, and this is where he tried to bury me alive. Oh, let's see what else people are doing on here. Oh, we got some Tinker's Construct going on. I don't really use that mod. It's a personal preference. I know a lot of people love that mod. It doesn't resonate with me. I like machines, and it seems to be kind of anti-machine. And then let's see what he's got his stuff down here. He's got some pretty cool tanks he's been filling up. Oop, I'm on the wrong floor. Tanks. Tanks of creosote oil. Tanks of liquid force. Tanks of biomass. Tanks of lava. Tanks of ethanol. Pretty crazy. This must be the refinery mixes ethanol, I believe. I think that's the new name for fuel. So, I mean, ethanol is a fuel. Just that's something I haven't worked with yet. And then down here, he found this giant patch of red granite, and he did not put this down. I mean, he filled in some holes, but you can see where the natural granite is. This patch is like all the way up through the ceiling. It was This whole wall is natural red granite, and it ran. I don't know how far it runs this way, but you can see this is all natural red granite, and it just keeps going, which is just crazy. And then this, he uses Steve's cart with mining stuff set up on it to dig out. I would assume it stopped here, but he uses it to dig out his base. And what was he telling me? I wish I knew where his other spot was at that he ran it. It does this right here. It digs a path down when you tell it to go down. I wish I knew where his other place was at. He was telling me that he forgot to sit up. Oh, how about right here? He forgot to sit up the bridge building stuff, and so it got down so far, and he couldn't find it, and he was looking for it and couldn't find it, and it had hit a pocket of liquid and didn't know what to do. And so it turned around and was going the other direction. And so he thought he'd lost his cart, but all it had done was doubled back on him, which is pretty funny. I didn't get to see it though. I don't know where it might have been right here where it doubled back on him. But you can see this is all done by the mining cart. The torches on the wall. He's got it set up with an auto torch loader and stuff. Okay. I wish I had my better stuff on because this is slow. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I thought I'd jump on while everybody's off to just give you a little tour of the server today, and then next time, we might update the server and we might have to do a server wipe, and so I might have to start this all over again. But I wanted to give you a little tour of what's been happening in Test Pack Please Ignore, TPPI we call it. And you can see I've also been busy. This is my place. Oh, you know what? We got one more. Well, we actually got two more guys' places to show. This was the one guy's house. He started up here, and so he's got some stuff up here. He can get too far up here, I don't think, really. And then he moved all his stuff down because he decided there wasn't enough room in this hill. And so he actually moved down over here now. He still uses that because there's his tree farm. But down here, this is his real house. And everything is below ground, which is the way I've got my base set up too. But, and then he's been busy mining. It's done with machines. Nobody did it by hand. But you'll see a lot of this where one block high holes, and that's because the morph mod is installed, and a lot of them fly around as bats constantly. I don't really use the morph mod. I prefer the jetpack, and the jetpack's faster too. All right, back to my base here, and I've got some ender lilies out front here, getting me some ender pearls, and then inside here I've got my enchanting area and my bed and stuff. And if you listen, you should be able maybe to hear a slight hum. And I think this is really cool. But in this pack, the machines make noise. And it makes it a little noisy, but you can hear the hum. That's my generators. They're cooking up the charcoal from my farm, my Steve's Cart farm. Over here I've got a macerator, which is making a lot of noise. And then it feeds over here into the ore washing plant, which I think makes noise, but it's so slow that you don't get to hear it very often. I know the induction furnace here doesn't really make a lot of noise. But, yeah. And, like, everything makes noise. And we'll eventually look at the different machines and how to make them and how they fit together in the process, because there's some pretty complex processes going on to get stuff to work. I guess I could look at it real quick. So my Steve's Cart makes charcoal. Well, let's go out and look at this Steve's Cart. We'll show the start of the process here. Well, let me sleep, make it daytime. One of the nice things with the new mod packs, I don't know which mod does it, but it's got this thing where if half the server is asleep, then it will count as everybody being asleep, and so you can actually, if there's like 4 people on, you only need 2 people to sleep to make it daytime, which is awesome, because then everybody can get back to their bed. But this is my standard Steve's Cart tree farm with the updates. Oh, let me show you this. This is insane. The skeletons on this server are a nightmare. This is in 1.6, and whatever is going on, they've been tweaked strangely. And so the closer you get to these guys, the faster you're supposed to shoot. But these guys take it to another level. Look at that. Seriously, you know what that's like before you get better gear? Skeletons are just a straight up death sentence. It's crazy. Oh, I was hoping he'd drop a... I don't know what mod does it either, but one of the mods has them dropping extra XP sometimes. You get these little XP bags. When I killed that zombie at the beginning, you heard that little doo-doo-doo-doo sound. That was me getting extra XP. Oh, and then why did I fly off from my Steve's card? I wasn't done showing you that. I know, Macerator. You're making noise. And so this, I actually used my new, more compact setup with thermal expansion instead of using Buildcraft pipes and iron furnace and stuff. I'm not sure I like this any better. So just there's some quirks to it. Just be aware. And so this is a cargo manager, and the cargo manager feeds into a barrel to get me a barrel of wood in case I need wood. And then the rest of the wood goes into a redstone furnace, and then the saplings go into this chest because I had the saplings being fed into a void pipe by a Buildcraft, and since thermal expansion pipes don't connect to Buildcraft pipes, this was my trade-off on how to get it to work. And then the item ducts here pull the charcoal out of my redstone furnace, put some in the cargo manager, which I actually set up so only one of the cargo inventories would fill up with charcoal, because it's just a waste of charcoal otherwise. I mean, it's kind of a waste of charcoal now, but I need to fill up my cart somehow. And then right below that is an aqueous accumulator to get water into a steam dynamo. Steam dynamo also receives charcoal. And so this is one of the quirks I found with this setup. The pipes try to do everything as they come to it. And so the first thing that gets connected, I'm not sure if it's the cargo manager or the steam dynamo, but these two things are the first thing to get filled with charcoal. Now there are ways to get around it, but because of the way I have it set up, those are the first two things to get filled. So then when it comes back to here, the next thing it runs into is this pipe right here. So that would be the next thing that tries to fill. Oh no, actually I can't get through. I am unable to get back here. The next one to fill up is the steam dynamo here, which is currently turned off, and it's for my rubber tree farm to get resin for rubber. And so that would be the next one to fill up. Then that pipe, which actually runs over to these dynamos, they would fill up next, and then comes the generators, and then if all of that's full, then charcoal goes into this barrel. So one of the quirks I found was that you have to be aware of the order it's going to fill up in, and you can change that with your wrench. Like you can see this is red here. This means it's dense. It means the charcoal can't flow over there if it can flow someplace else. So you can use that, and then there's a vacuum that makes it go to that place first. So you can use that way to bypass the natural order of things. But I also found out that if everything is full of charcoal, like I'm not using EU, so my generators aren't running, that my cargo manager will just fill up. And then my other system for making biomass doesn't get its saplings, which could be a problem in the long run, which means I might have to switch back to my buildcraft style because the buildcraft style will constantly run through the wood and charcoal and stuff without without making a dent in anything. And whereas this fills up and gets clogged. So, and then back here, I've got a couple of my higher end Greg Tech machines, and um, I needed them and I needed more room for them because I hadn't expanded my base yet. Still working on expanding my base out. And so, this is two 128 machines hidden back here that I don't think they're even connected at the moment. I broke the Oh no, they're connected. They're just not running anything. They eat through your power so fast. And then my various IC2 or Greg Tech machines through here, um, which currently are doing all my ore processing because you get like 2.4 ore per or 2.4 metal per ore through this system. So I only use my pulverizer to get special extras like shiny dust or stuff like that. It's all fed over here to some routers, which feed into these barrels. And then back here, this is I'm trying to get this to work. And it's got some issues at the moment. Uh, some of it is, I think my tree farm is just too small, but this is my biomass system. This thing is such a headache to get going, but this is the way I used to run everything. And with the thermal expansion changing the way it does power, or Buildcraft changing the way it does MJs, and then thermal expansion and a bunch of other things switching to RF, that led to an issue where I can't get the MJs from my biogas engines fed into my tesseracts to send to my machines, um, because you can't convert MJs to RFs, but you can convert RFs to MJs. And so there was no way to get my MJs where I need them to be without putting an engine right on things. At least there probably is some ways, but this is the way I'm used to doing it. And so I was trying to figure out how to do it. And so I actually had to make this thing through Engineer's Toolbox, which we will look at. And so this thing is a multi-smelter to make the ingots I needed to make, because it had its own special ingot called a sweet redstone ingot, which was insane to make, to get this thing, an MJ adapter. And once I got it all set up and got my engines all ready to go, and I put lava in all my engines, you can see I actually hooked them up to an magma crucible, so that I could just feed lava straight into my engines. And it's all ready to go, and I flip everything on. Well, I'm not getting enough saplings to run everything I've got here. This is more of a, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 tree farm and probably another couple fermenters to get all of this running correctly. And then I discovered this. There's a glitch in this version of the game, and with my electrical engine producing its 2 MJs per tick, you can see no upgrades, 2 MJs per tick. Somehow, when it's connected to this wooden kinesis pipe, is producing 1500 MJs per tick. 1500 from 2. 1500. Down here, this is constantly at 250 MJs. My fermenters are constantly at 1200 MJs. My quarry is constantly at 1500 MJs. So my one electric engine is currently running all of my RF and MJ production. And because of the way the converter works, I'm pretty sure I can switch it over one of these sides to output EU, and I could probably run all my EU off of this single electric engine. I could set up an electric engine to power everything in my base at full power constantly, which is just a little weird to me and needs to be fixed. Um, but that's in this version. Like I said, it's very early beta. This is only like a 0.2 version, so there's 0.2.1 is what we're on. 0.2.2 is out, but there was some issues with the server. And then this is where my quarries were running And you can see I've hit bedrock a couple of times with that stuff. So, uh, but there was some issues with the server files, and so we haven't updated to 0.2.3, I think, was out to correct some bugs with the 0.2.2. I heard horse and I couldn't figure out where it was at, so I had to dig a hole, and I was looking for it to see if somebody had hit a horse in my base. Trust me, it happens. So, all right, I'm gonna end it here. So this is just a little tour of what we've got on TPPI. I'm gonna start, like I said, probably once a week. I'll do a video on how to connect your various mods together, at least in the way that I like to connect them together. Because you can see like this here, this is thermal expansion and buildcraft and factorization um, mixed together into an inventory system that I like to use. Or like Steve's carts, I've got that Steve's carts with thermal expansion and industrial craft 2 to produce my EU. Or even with the forestry connected in there to produce my resin. And so, just different ways to hook different things together to get different results. And, it's kind of the way I like to set my stuff up. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed this. So click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. I'll talk to you later.